to just go over some of the housekeeping items first. So let's move into our safe harbor notice. So this presentation may contain some of the forward-looking statements that affect our beliefs and assumptions on our information available to us today. So forward-looking statements involve known and unknown risks. So the other factors may also actual results differ, may be materially different from the one that implied in this forward-looking statement. So having said that, so I want to move into the next slide. So today's session is part of the Live on ServiceNow, a curated webinar series that we run, and we connect you with ServiceNow experts. We will share expertise on how to best use the ServiceNow technologies and its capabilities to achieve value faster. So when we also hope you guys join to our other webinars. So there's a QR code in the screen, and you'll receive a link in the chat as well. Please click the link and look out for next sessions and register and keep it saved in your calendar. So before we start, I want to share a few quick notes. So first of all, we would like to encourage you to ask questions. We'll try our best to reserve some time at the end of the session, and also we will do our best to answer those questions during the session. And please use the Q&A option in the Zoom to ask your questions. And this session, of course, will be recorded and will be available in ServiceNow community afterwards. And also, we would love to see your continual engagement. So feel free to hop into Impact Product Hub on the community, and where you can engage with our experts and ask questions and see our latest innovations there. And lastly, you will receive a survey after the session. Please, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share your feedback. Okay, let's move on. So introducing our speakers today. My name is Manjula Kularatna. I'm based out of Melbourne. I'm the lead for Impact Go-to-Market for ServiceNow Impact. So I've been with ServiceNow nearly 3 years now. So Vinod Hariharan joining me from Melbourne as well. He's one of our senior platform architects from our Impact delivery team. So Vinod will share his experience and expertise on why a healthy platform matters and how Impact can help you to maintain peak performance of your platform. And we have Matt Hong joining us from Bay Area, California, USA. He's our senior outbound product manager from the Impact product business unit. So Matt will be running a demo today at the later stages of the presentation. He will showcase how Impact can help you to optimize your platform health using the actual digital tool. Okay. Now, there's a poll question that you will get, and I would like you all to jump in and submit your answers. So how do you track your value you're currently receiving from ServiceNow platform? So you can see some of the answers coming in. We'll give another 15-20 minutes for you all to pop it in. Great, we have some mixed answers here. Yeah, so we'll see some it's coming in, still coming in. Yeah, great. Yeah. Yeah, close to 50% would say that formal metrics and dashboards get quite interesting, and some of course using the gut feeling. And manual reports, yes, not surprised there. And of course, there's no mechanism to track, about 20%. That 40% is about formal metrics, which is good. Okay, good indicator for us to set the scene and start this session today. Thanks. Okay, so now ServiceNow Impact. Some of you guys heard about Impact, some of you new to ServiceNow Impact. So ServiceNow Impact is a value acceleration solution and designed to maximize your ServiceNow investment. And of course, it's built on our Now platform, the same platform that all of our products have been built. And it's combined with predictive software and also human capabilities and tools and resources. So Impact also offers you with pretty much more on personalized insights and AI and human-driven Recommendation also help you to track the value and also to measure the value and also provide industry benchmarking. Some of you are familiar with industry benchmarking. That will be available. That's available part of Impact. And with Impact, we create a new category of software called value acceleration. The reason being, as industry, you have seen these reports and analysis and all the data sets out there. Most of the customers in the SaaS investments that they make, about a third of them have failed to deliver the ROI. So the huge gap there because customers are investing heavily, but the value is not returning. So that is why we created this value acceleration category. So we want to ensure that your business priorities, your operational outcomes are well defined and aligned to expected value in return that you're expecting. So Impact provides you with value reports and help you tracking your value and throughout your ServiceNow journey. So the other core elements that Impact brings are like the integrated training or the on-demand training and accelerators. We'll talk about it, and the instance observer, which is the observability tool to monitor your platform health. So let's jump into the next slide. That's pretty much highlight about Impact on a very high level. Now I need to show you the 4 primary pillars around Impact. So we have 4 primary pillars there. First one is value management, of course, and the product adoption side of it, and platform health and expertise on demand. Today, we are going to focus on how Impact can help to maintain a healthy platform. And so before we dive in, I want to give you quite a bit of information about what each category means to you. So because Impact's main purpose all about value, helping you to realize value faster, we put value at the forefront. And to ensure that we work together to identify your business objectives are, your operational priorities are, and apply them into tangible business metrics to measure them. So that's the value management part of it. With value management capabilities, we bring value blueprint, business value dashboards, and you'll be able to define your vision of ServiceNow, and you'll be able to easily track the business value generated from ServiceNow investment. And it will also help you to articulate the value of your investment and how you are tracking those to your senior executives. So basically platform health and each and every core components that from the products that you're using, how much value that you're deriving over time. It's not a one-time exercise. It's an ongoing exercise. You will be able to measure and report that. And the product adoption features, we want you to have full visibility into your adoption strategy or full visibility into ServiceNow product adoption. Features like capability map, product adoption roadmap, and AI-powered recommendation. These will help you to fully leverage your ServiceNow entitlements, your licenses, capabilities that you have to adopt the product faster. For example, product adoption roadmap helps you to align your resources or your partners or ServiceNow expert services who are working with building a project and align those resources with your desired business outcomes and drive innovations faster to accelerate your results. And with the subscription management, you'll be able to visualize your entire organization's usage of licenses and ServiceNow products. And the next category is platform health. That's where we are focusing today. So by keeping your platform running in the peak performance, you'll be able to deliver better service to your employees, improve your end user experience. So with platform health and support capabilities, you will get full access to view of the health of your platform and recommended actions, and also to how to optimize your platform over time. So we will dive deep into that. Of course, we'll talk about this. And we'll bring tools like Instance Observer. I have a slide later on that. This is a tool sits outside of ServiceNow platform that sits in our SaaS cloud that more continuously monitor your instances. And also lastly, expertise on demand. That's where we bring the human capability. So you'll get help when you need it actually from our Impact Squad. Impact Squad comprises with success architect, platform architects, and success support account managers and customer success manager. You'll have access to those resources. And also you'll have more resources behind this accelerator catalog, the predefined engagements that we have built on accelerators. And don't worry, I'll talk about accelerators also. You will also be able to increase your own bench strength. Basically, one of the gaps is your ongoing innovations and new capabilities coming in, but you don't have the right level of bench or the skills. So on-demand training that we offer, you'll have access to unlimited access to ServiceNow on-demand training with the training capabilities. So that's pretty much the Impact overview that I want to cover, what is Impact, and in the deep dive into that. So now this slide is quite interesting one. Last year, December, December time, we got this report about January timeframe. Impact was launched nearly 2.5 years ago, and this product being with ServiceNow for 2.5 years. But we have seen that it's the fastest growing product of ServiceNow business for some time and up to now, and we have seen it's becoming clear for our customers they're deriving value faster, and they're getting a lot of companies getting more productivity improvements, and also both end users and ServiceNow solutions that they're deploying faster and getting value. You don't have to listen to us, actually listen to ServiceNow, but Forrester Consulting has reached out to ServiceNow Impact customers who has been using Impact product for some time, and they were able to quantify these findings. And some of you know about TEI reports, TEI study. This is a methodology that Forrester being used for the last 20 years across the technology consumers. So they follow business value justification analysis to help organizations to understand financial impact of any particular technology. So they have TEI reports for almost every category. So they've done this study, and so what they did was they decided to examine the potential benefits that organization that you can realize from ServiceNow Impact. So here's what they did, how they did that. So they conducted detailed interviews with ServiceNow customers across the US, Asia Pacific in our region where we are in, and also Europe, and customers who are using Impact. And then the customers are ranging from organizations where employees with 4,000 to about 500,000, the largest organizations. And these companies ranges from 2 billion annual revenue to about 6 billion. So the largest of the largest customers also included, from the medium to large size customers as well. So they looked at customers from industries from healthcare, government, banking, and more professional services side. So here's what they found. So customers with Impact were able to deploy ServiceNow applications faster, 21% faster than the customers without Impact, which means those customers, end users, can start using the technology faster or sooner. Then the next finding is 24% more value from existing platform. So in other words, customers were able to extract more value from ServiceNow applications that they have already deployed, because Impact can help them to use more of their capabilities and increase the adoption. That's what Impact is built for. Also, they looked at the end user productivity. That's something very important to us. So with Impact, people in your organization who use ServiceNow in their workflows will be able to be more productive, because productivity gain is about 11.7% higher, because they get more and more faster access to productivity boosting ServiceNow capabilities. Because Impact helps to unlock those capabilities from your ServiceNow platform. So these statistics provide huge amount of improvements. And then lastly, they looked at operational staff productivity. So 12.2% is higher, that they said. That means Impact also makes the operations team to manage and maintain the ServiceNow platform more efficient. And because of more efficiency gains, those teams will be able to redeploy into other areas, high value areas, so the productivity goes higher. So these measurements are the clear measurements to showcase that how Impact has helped organizations to drive value faster. So let's jump into the next one. So I talked about accelerators earlier. So accelerators means these are fixed scope engagements that we defined that help our customers to drive ServiceNow adoption, right? So accelerators categories fall into three main categories. So architecture, strategy, and technical. So architecture accelerator is pretty much designed to unlock your value from your investment from your platform, and strategy accelerators pretty much help you to building your organizational governance frameworks and leading best practices to drive your best performance of the organization. And lastly, the technical accelerators. So these are specifically designed to accelerate the product adoption. There are jumpstart accelerators and there are tune-up accelerators. I will explain to you in the next slide. So depending on the package that you purchase, you're entitled to all of these accelerators. For example, guided customers, Impact package, can have access to 35 accelerators. And all other customers have access to about 74 accelerators today, part of the Xanadu release, the latest release that we released. So as you can see, there are a number of accelerators that are available to you, and Impact is an evolving product. We have a number of platform release coming out. Now you saw Xanadu came in, and after Washington, then we'll have Yokohama in January coming out. But Impact releases comes quite faster than platform releases. We release new accelerators every quarter. So you'll get benefit out of latest and the greatest technologies that you adopt, or in the new capabilities that matters most to your environment. So as you can see, there are lots of accelerators that you can concurrently use, depend from different buckets, different categories or subsets, depend on the package that you have. So if you look at the technical accelerators, most of the common accelerators, you will see a jumpstarts, category of jumpstart. Jumpstart are recommended when you're entitled for a certain capability or a product, we have not still used it or implemented it. We will help you to get it up to speed first. And the tune-up is an accelerator where you have a capability already implemented, but there are, of course, known unknowns and unknown unknowns. You don't know whether it's performing or delivering the value for you. And that is where the tune-ups come in, help you to optimize those products or the capabilities that you have. And also one of the commonly used accelerator is ServiceNow Center of Excellence, Design and Innovation one. That will provide customers to build a leading practices content from our ServiceNow expertise, how to get the best out of the governance framework. So that's available to use as well. So this is the accelerator catalog, and this is available as part of the ServiceNow Impact product. Now I'm going to hand over to Vinod. So he will go through the platform health side of it from this point onwards. Then feel free to submit your questions in the Q&A box. We're happy to respond to your questions.
Thanks, Manjula. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for joining this webinar. I'm Vinod Hariharan. I'm an Impact Platform Architect. One of my key role is to ensure that the customers are working on keeping their platform healthy, right? But before we deep dive into the platform health, let's understand why it's important to have a healthy platform. Let's understand this through a story which all of us can relate to, pertaining to general health and well-being. All right, so this is a short story about a hypothetical person, Fred. He's an IT employee. He leads a sedentary lifestyle. He's a chain smoker. He prefers eating junk food. He eats at odd times. He doesn't engage in any sort of physical activities. He doesn't love to play any sports or do workouts. He likes to sit and binge watch Netflix series. And he doesn't go for any health checkups. So all in all, he ignores his personal health altogether. What do you think would have happened to him? Yeah, at the end of the day, he actually suffers from a heart disease and ends up in the hospital. So in the hospital, the doctor does the health checkups and scans and tests. She also asks Fred about his lifestyle. And then on understanding the test results, she actually provides some long-term medications for his illness. She also recommends Fred to change his lifestyle and become more active. By this time, actually, Fred's pretty scared. He's never been into a hospital before, and he hasn't gone through these many scans because he doesn't go for any health checkups at all. So he's happy to make those lifestyle changes. So what he does, he then comes up with an active lifestyle. He quits smoking. He eats a balanced diet. He eats them in a timely manner. He goes to gym 4 days a week, plays soccer on weekends. And all in all, he does a good regular health checkups to identify early warning signs of any new illnesses. And he also continuously works on leading a healthy lifestyle. So in due course of time, what happens? Well, his test results show positive results, shows improvement. His doctors actually stop his medication and advises Fred to continue his new lifestyle. But by now, it's actually been embedded into his daily routine. So he's able to follow his new lifestyle. So, what do we learn from this story? I think two important things that we learn from this story is living a healthy lifestyle can prevent the chronic health diseases, which is what the WHO says as well. So, a healthy lifestyle can protect you against certain type of diseases, cardiovascular diseases. But also very important is that leading a healthy lifestyle actually takes an ongoing effort. So you need to keep on making efforts to lead a healthy lifestyle. Well, ServiceNow platform is no different. So our ServiceNow, so a healthy ServiceNow platform can help us in ensuring optimal performance of the platform, which actually directly impacts the end user experience. So no one likes performance degradation in the platform, right? So end users would want a platform which is performing really well. Um, it also ensures smoother and faster upgrades. So we all are aware of the ServiceNow upgrade policy. So we have to be current or N-1 to access now support. Um, Therefore, we all should strive to make our upgrades quicker and smoother as ServiceNow releases a new version every 6 months. So we need to ensure that we are having a smoother and fast upgrade. A healthy platform actually ensures that that happens. A healthy platform also helps in minimizing maintenance cost, as a platform operations team will have less incidents to fix related to the platform if all the implementation best practices are being followed. It also ensures any new security vulnerabilities are identified early in the life cycle and remediated before it becomes an actual threat. All in all, a healthy ServiceNow platform ensures scalability as new features can be easily adopted. So, how do we measure a platform health? Now, if I go back to a health analogy, we measure personal health based on body mass index, body fat percentage, cholesterol, blood sugar levels, etc. The ServiceNow platform health is measured based on these factors. Manageability, which is ease with which the platform operations can maintain the platform, less incidents assigned to the platform support teams, basically. Performance indicates performance of the page loads, database queries, or any transaction that happens within the platform. Security, the aspect of the platform to be protected from vulnerabilities or security threats. Upgradability, which is the ease with which the platform can be upgraded easily. And user experience, which is ease of use of the platform for both fulfillers and users without getting confused, and with minimal training, they are able to utilize the platform features. So let's understand the importance of the platform health with these two sample use cases, right? So the first use case is we have a system admin, Emily. She's part of company X. So the company X's platform is facing a performance issue, which is impacting several business users. They are unable to do their day-to-day work. An internal incident has been raised for it. Emily does her initial triage, but she also raises a support case in Now Support. The case is assigned and the support team actually starts doing the triage. And after hours of triage, they actually realize there is a misconfiguration in the instance, which is triggering a recursive loop. When there are some specific activities that the end users are performing within the instance, it's actually triggering that recursive loop. Fixing this misconfiguration actually fixed the performance issue. All good, the incident has been resolved, but the management is now asking, well, what can be done to avoid these misconfigurations? We don't want these to happen in the future, right? All right. Let's look at the other scenario as well. So Mark, who is a system admin of company Y. So the company-wise platform must be upgraded to be compliant with the N-1 policy. So Mark actually upgrades his sandpit instance and finds thousands of upgrade skipped items. He and his team actually does not know which of these needs to be ignored or accepted or moved back to the out-of-the-box functionality, and which of these would actually break their existing functionality that they already have. So this team actually spends a lot of time analyzing these customizations, reverting them, performing regression testing, which then pushes the upgrade cycle to 5 months. And by then, ServiceNow is about to release another new version, right? Because every 6 months we have a new version released. So the management's like, how can we reduce the time to upgrade? This is a lot of time we are spending, because when we have the upgrades, we have a change freeze when we can't actually release new features. So that's a bit concerning for the management as well. All right, at this point in time, I would like to quote Mr. Jeffrey Moore, who is one of the American authors. He's a management consultant specialist as well, which is, without appropriate data, you're blind and deaf and in the middle of a freeway. So what happens if you're blind and deaf and in the middle of the freeway? Yeah, you're likely to be hit by a moving vehicle, right? So if you go back to our previous example, what was the management's ask? They actually wanted some data to find out those misconfigurations and customizations in the instance, right? So that they can look at optimizing the performance or speed up the upgrades by deploying the right resources to remediate them, right? And this is where Impact can help, right? So the Impact provides that data by integrating with another tool called HealthScan. So HealthScan is an automated scanning tool developed by ServiceNow. It contains a series of best practices as a library of definitions. Let me provide you with another analogy which is related to testing. I think most of us would be able to relate to testing. So within automated test, we have a concept of test cases, right? So we develop test cases, which contains a series of test steps executed, and we expect a result out of it. If the expected result is not according to the actual result, which was expected, or is not the actual result, then we raise a defect, isn't it? Similarly, HealthScan has a set of test cases or implementation best practices, which are called definitions. So these definitions can be compared to test cases in the automated test. These definitions are then run against the instance, and then once they are run against the instance, they spit out these customizations and unfit configurations in the form of findings. Now, these findings can be compared to defects in the testing world, and the findings actually align to the technical debt in the platform. So technical debt happens when teams put in speedy delivery ahead of quality. For example, developers might hard code instead of using the system properties, for example, right? So those are some of the technical debts which the HealthScan tool can find out. Now it goes further. The HealthScan also provides insights by categorizing these findings into those 5 different categories which we spoke about earlier: the manageability, performance, security, user experience, upgradability. And it also helps to prioritize these findings. So in terms of act, recommend, and discuss, which you would be able to have a look at in the demo, which Matt's going to show in the future. So the scan definitions, which are held in the health scan, is also continually improved, because we as ServiceNow, we release new products as in after every upgrades, and we need to keep up to those leading practices as well. So it's all being worked upon within the HealthScan team internally, but this is actually displayed as part of the Impact. So we as Impact integrate with this HealthScan tool. So how does Impact show this platform health? So it provides a health assessment dashboard with those health scores. So Impact actually runs these health scan automatically every month and provides you with an overview of the platform health and actionable recommendations to improve it. We also provide access to a detailed scan via Health Assessment Accelerator. So this is run on demand, this is not automated, but this actually provides you with a more detailed view of the technical debts in the platform and categorized based on the act, recommend, and discuss. And this also provides you some of the key recommendations, the documentations related to those key recommendations as well, on how to remediate these findings and where exactly can you find these findings in the instance. It actually provides you as accurate to the line numbers where these pieces of code exist, for example, in terms of customization or the misconfigurations as well. One of the questions from the leadership is always, how do we compare our platform health to our peers? Well, Impact helps answer this question as well using the peer and industry benchmark graph. So the compare to peer graph shows the overall platform health score of the customer's instance compared to its industry peers. We also allow to choose the peers based on industry domains, size, age of customers, number of products, and monthly transactions. You'll likely see this in the demo as well in a short time. It also provides a benchmark graph wherein it shows the platform maturity over time in comparison with the growth of the similar sized companies. Now, maintaining the platform health is a continuous cycle. Going back to our health analogy, we do lots of stuff on an ongoing basis to maintain our health, isn't it? Like workouts, exercises, eating balanced diet, yoga, etc. Similarly, maintaining health of a platform is an ongoing journey, and Impact actually helps in driving this platform health cycle. So as Manjulo was mentioning before, we have accelerators, which are short, sharp engagement with defined outcomes. We actually help you to drive the whole platform health cycle using these accelerators as well. So the first thing that we do is set up the goal. So setting up a goal to drive towards a healthy platform. The goals can be as simple as we need to ensure that our platform health score is 90% in all the categories by the next 3 months, right? So we as the Impact Squad would help you define those goals, measurable goals to be precise, so that it can be measured. And then we'll also help you to set up those cloning practices, clone down practices from your production back to your sub-production instances, so that we are scanning the same instance at the end of the day. And then we help running those health scans, whether it's automated or on-demand health scans, to diagnose those misconfigurations and customizations, and help you define a remediation plan based on your goals. The other part of this is also education and training, which is probably the most important. We need your teams to be upskilled in all the implementation best practices. And therefore, as part of the report, we also provide you recommendations, related documentations, and we also have access to the experts if need be, where we have some specific technical questions which needs to be answered. And all this is part of the Impact package. We as Impact also help you set up governance model to continually improve the platform health, and also help you set up the guardrails, policies to ensure that you're not going stray and you're making the right decisions, which are which are considering the health of the platform. And finally, we help you measure the continual improvement on the platform health by showing the comparing with the peers and also automatically running the health scan scorecard at the end of every month. So we ensure that we continually, all in all, we actually ensure that we would help you fix your health, we get better, and we help you stay fit on your overall platform health. Yeah. So we've spoken on how Impact drives the platform health cycle. Now let's understand how can we assist in monitoring performance of the instance and notify you when specific thresholds are crossed. Over to you, Manjula, to speak about the instance observer.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. I like you. I love your health analogy. So Fred must constantly monitor his health now, right? He's done all this great work. So he built his healthy habits, and he's eating well, he's getting his exercises, and go to the doctor for regular checkups. So he's doing this well. Now, how about having 24/7 visibility, 24/7 visibility into your health data? So measurements, like for example, metrics like whether your blood sugar level has gone up or down, or whether your blood pressure fluctuates, or even when your cholesterol goes up. How about having that visibility in your fingertips in 24/7? I don't think even Apple Watch can do that, all that, right? Can't check blood pressure and all that. So when it comes to ServiceNow platform health monitoring, you certainly can do that with Instance Observer. So Instance Observer is an observability tool. It's an off-instance product. When I say off-instance, it does not sit within your instance, and it's only available for ServiceNow Impact customers. So this is a product developed by ServiceNow developers, and we use that Instance Observer tool today to monitor our customers' environment. For example, we use that to monitor your environment. And now then we productize that and offer you the capabilities for you to monitor your environment using Instance Observer. So it can help to identify your transactions or the jobs that might be causing impact on instance performances, and user transactions that show certain user behavior trends. And also it can help you to set up the alerting that you need. So you can have there's option to configure your alerts on the metrics, certain metrics and certain behavioral changes. And you can configure instance specific alerts and also configure notification to you. And also it can go into deep data level analysis, see the database growth, which users are impacting, and do a proactive data analysis on key tables as well. And also you can monitor your platform's availability status ups and down. So any number of instances you have in your environment, it could be production instances or pre-prod or test or many instances. Through Impact with the Instance Observer, you will be able to monitor those instances, and it's available for 24/7. You can monitor that. And of course, so this is all the historical insights that's available for you to leverage and compare how the trends are moving. So most of our customers use Instance Observer and to leverage and be ahead of the platform health to make sure that they have peak performance. And you'll be wondering, oh, now how do I install this one? Yes, your Impact Squad will help you to set it up and help you to give you all the guidance required that you to understand these different metrics and or understand the instance-specific alerts and some of the use cases. There are about 90 different performance metrics available. There are about 8 to 10 that we are constantly using. So you'll be better off setting this up with Impact team, and you'll be able to better configure your alerts based on your requirements. This is one of the best way for you to have constant visibility into your platform. Now, with the platform health capability, we know talk about lots about HealthScan. Now I talked about Instance Observer. Now, one of the other key capabilities I want to talk to you today about developer support. I mean, this is really important. Actually, some of you guys heard about it because it's a key offering within Impact. So many customers like you have custom code configuration within your ServiceNow deployment, right? And sometimes you use these customizations break. And our advanced and total customers are entitled for developer support. So also guided customers can request the entitlement for developer support through Managed Support add-on. So feel free to reach out or raise your question in the Q&A after this session, see how you can leverage developer support through Impact. So this provides more customization. This provides customization for you to help troubleshoot and debug issues with your existing customization in a kind of a break-fix manner, right? So we'll be providing a subject matter expert to help you to troubleshoot your customization. And you can submit your code for us to review and provide feedback. But there's some limitation. You can submit up to 200 lines of code, but you can submit any amount of time. There's no limit for that. But this request will be handled in the priority 3 basis in the same as other support requests. And we will other limitations you might need to know is like we debugging third-party applications and also security vulnerabilities, and that's kind of out of scope. So and other than that, most of the customers really leverage this one to get their production quickly out and make sure that your productivity remains high and also your applications perform at the peak level. In addition to your platform, developer support is a key asset that you could leverage ServiceNow expertise on your customizations and break fixes. So lastly, before getting the demo, the next exciting item is Matt's going to run a demo on our Impact platform. So feel free to submit your questions again in the Q&A, so we'll be able to answer. So this one's technical support. Everybody has technical support as part of the ServiceNow entitlement. So if you don't have Impact, your target response time would be probably about 60 minutes for priority ones. And you may not have phone access to ServiceNow if you don't have Impact. And your priority 2 incidents is not treated as 24/7, cannot be supported 24/7. But when you purchase Impact package, depending on the package entitlements, your target response time for your escalations, technical support escalations, will be reduced. P1s will be reduced to 15 minutes, and P2s will be reduced to 60 minutes. And you'll have 24/7 support. You'll have a support account manager assigned to your account, will be responsible for helping you driving, and you're having a weekly, monthly cadence on your support cases, and you have full visibility to your support cases, and you can do the case reviews and go through these incidents with your support account manager. There are a lot of capabilities comes to the enhanced technical support as part of Impact product. So we talked about overall about Impact capabilities, and within that we picked up platform performance. We know it gave a really good example. He went through the HealthScan. Then I briefly touched upon on instance observability. That's the tool that most of the customers today really leverage today. We want you to get expertise out of that as well. And also talked about developer support. And there's a technical support as also available part of that. Now I'll hand over to Matt. Over to you, Matt. Take the screen away and show us about Impact product and how we can improve the platform performance. Cheers.
Of course, yes. Well, thank you so much, Manjula and Vinod, for walking us through that. Hey, everyone, I'm Matt Hong on the product management team here at ServiceNow Impact, and it's great to speak with you all today. And as folks have mentioned earlier, technical debt really hurts our clients' time to value, prevents them from delivering innovation and realizing value from their investment in ServiceNow. So what we're going to walk through here today over the next 10 or so minutes is what ServiceNow Impact looks like from the perspective of Emily, who is a platform owner at a fictitious company called Cabrillo Corporation. Emily is about to prepare her instance for an upgrade to Xanadu, but before making that upgrade, she wants to check and see how her platform health is performing. She can access right here in the Impact portal. With Impact, Emily can easily understand her platform health on her own. First, this auto-generated report provides detailed insights and recommended next best actions, ultimately helping Emily reduce technical debt. At the top here, Emily reviews health assessment findings that are broken up by those 5 key categories that Vinod mentioned earlier: for manageability, performance, security, upgradability, and user experience. If Emily's unsure about what some of these categories mean, no problem. She can quickly hover over these info icons, read up on what findings fall under these specific categories. The top line numbers that we see here, 3,000, 349, so on and so forth, these represent findings, which we define as areas of improvement or anomalies that require her attention. These findings are then broken into 3 categories based on urgency, from act, which are the most urgent, to recommending and discussed. When she clicks into one of these sections, so for example, discussing in total, the associated findings related to that will pop up, which Emily can sift through and address. On every finding, she can see a quick short description on what it is, the associated HealthScan definition that it is checking against, details specifically on that finding, how often it occurs, details about the category, the rating, the specific product that this finding is tied to, and really giving her a true 360 view into her platform health findings. But that's not all. On the very right here, Emily can also view the best action to remediate this finding. When she clicks in, she'll immediately get linked to a knowledge article on the best practice and resolution for it, thus helping her link that insight directly into action. Going back into Impact, and to go even more granular, Emily can view her findings broken up by specific products. So for example, if she knows that her team has recently implemented some new API and integration tools, for example, she doesn't have to be surprised when she sees almost 60 findings specifically in performance here. If she clicks in directly, she'll get a filtered list of all those findings related directly in that category, as well as for that product. Next, Emily can also review her report by health score to receive a top-level grade by percentage across those 5 key categories. Overall, it looks like her scores are doing well and are overall trending up, which is a good sign. But scrolling down from here, she can review key takeaways and highlights, observations that she's been able to see from this HealthScan, areas that she can focus on to improve her scores, as well as any personal notes that are shared directly from her squad. As she scrolls down even more, Emily reviews how well her scores trend over time, broken up again by those categories. And as Vinod mentioned earlier, she can also compare her platform health scores with her peers. She has a few ways she can compare to peers by similar size, age of the customer, industry, number of products, and more. Looks like she is right in the average of all of her instances from this graph. This baseline helps Emily and the leaders in her company to understand how they are performing in comparison to their peers. So things are looking good overall with her platform health. It's time for Emily to push for the Xanadu release. So she works with her team to release it across all the instances that they manage. So we're going to fast forward a little bit in time. And now that Xanadu is live, Emily wants to monitor her platform health in real time. And that's where Instance Observer comes in. Oops. Instance Observer is a tool that organizations around the world leverage to track the health of their ServiceNow instance and act when issues arise. It provides tools and dashboards to support platform health at all stages, from triaging issues as they are happening in real time, to reviewing historical insights, and even providing proactive alerts to prevent future issues. So let's quickly see how. The triage module that we see here provides on-demand instance visibility into critical data sets, helping Emily identify the root cause of issues. This module allows the team to leverage when a problem is actively present within an instance. In a matter of seconds, as we just ran that, Emily can visualize instance telemetry such as current running transactions and jobs. In addition, down below, she can also take a look into servlet performance, schedulers, semaphore sets, as well as recently deployed update sets. As you can see, there may be a few concerns within the instance across these multiple data sets. And as she looks at the jobs right here, she notices that some of them have been taking more than 30 minutes to complete. When she clicks on View Details, she can learn more. And here, the team can quickly understand what jobs are impacting performance, organized by the age here. This allows for quick identification off instance, so Emily knows exactly what actions to take. Now, going back to triage, Instance Observer also provides a significant amount of instance telemetry, providing near real-time visibility and historical insights. The reporting module here brings this telemetry together in a dashboard-like experience that empowers users to visualize the telemetry that matters most to them quickly. So here, she can review historical insights. Currently, we provide 4 different types of reports. Quickly take a look at the daily performance one. This report is an excellent start in understanding the current performance of the instance and how that compares to the previous 30 days. Upon loading up this report here, Emily can quickly see node availability, along with the standby lag, response time, and database response time anomalies over the last 24 hours, as well as the last 30 days to get that comparison. As the report continues down below, metrics associated with slow transactions, slow queries, long-running jobs are provided as well as being compared to the last 30-day running average. Then she can actually see the top 10 that are associated for each one of these categories for an even more granular view. Additionally, users can also see these individual table metrics over time within their instance. And if we scroll all the way down below right here, Emily can also link directly to her open cases with Now Support, link directly to them to get that link together. So reporting is a great way that we can use Instance Observer for this. Great tool for Emily and her team to visualize performance telemetry quickly. Now, performance here is the place to go deeper into the data to understand what occurred directly within the instance. Here, as I opened up this dropdown, see all of the telemetry families that are currently available within Instance Observer. So let's go ahead and click into transactions, this first one right here. Here, what we can do is we can create a snapshot about this specific telemetry family, excuse me. Following the daily performance metrics report, we can visualize this for any time frame that we would like to suggest here, say, for example, the last 30 days. And once we click on Get Snapshot, we'll be able to see the key performance indicators directly tied to this telemetry family. Scrolling down below, see that these KPIs that are critical in understanding how this instance is performing over time, you can see that user transaction count right here. So Emily uses this chart to understand user trends within the platform. This information can help her make data-driven decisions when planning deployments and upgrades. Overall, it looks like the instance is performing pretty well over the last few days. However, she does notice that there are a few spikes, a few anomalies that did occur. At the very last view of the chart here, she can also see a stacked response time for server, network, and browser. And she sees these spikes all over. Well, it's actually very easy for her to zoom in into a specific one. She can simply highlight and zoom in directly on a specific spike, like right here. And if she'd like, she can view directly and understand the jobs and transactions that are running specifically at this point in time to see where that anomaly occurred. So now that she has a stronger understanding of how her instance is performing, she can now configure alerts to proactively monitor her instance. With Instance Observer, Emily has many alerting channels that are available to her, such as email, SMS, ServiceNow, third-party integrations, and more, to alert her and her teams where they need to be alerted. Here she can actually set the parameters for these specific alerts so that her team can be monitoring and be proactive when it comes to their instance health. So I'm gonna jump back into Health Assessment Dashboard here just for a quick second. And just to conclude, this is really how ServiceNow Impact and Instance Observer together can help platform owners just like Emily provide visibility and actual insights into instance performance, helping organizations here reduce their operational cost as well as their technical debt. So Impact provides a range of tools to help monitor performance in real time, review those historical insights, and provide proactive alerts to prevent future issues. So with that, I really want to thank you all for your time today, and I'll pass it back to the team for the questions and answers here.